Good day. This quick video will be a brief tutorial on how to read the virtual Ryanair operational flight plan. In this one here, you can see I've just generated one here as part of the new FlightOps Beta Center. So the one you have may look slightly different. Starting off at the top, we have right here flight plan airline. So we have departing Stansted, and it's Ryanair flight 522. And we are going into, and I'm going to completely butcher this name, but it's Tarbes Lourdes Pyrenees Airport in southern France. So we'll just call it Tarbes for the rest of the video, just for reference here. So these are the IATA codes, and this is our flight number. Continuing down, we have flight plan info. Departure airport is Stansted. Arrival airport is the name I can't pronounce here, Tarbes. Then this section here is basically a complete copy out of the ICAO flight plan, which is also included in the flight briefing here. And this is a different document. And as you can see, it basically just copies flight plan all the way down to the end, which you can see here. So it's it's slightly modified, but basically the information's there. Some of this is pretty self-explanatory. We're flying a 737-800. This is the equipment we have on board. We're departing Stansted at 0620 GMT. Our cruising airspeed, ground speed rather, will be 457 knots at flight level 350. This is our route of flight right here. I would like to take the opportunity to point out that this route has been verified by Eurocontrol, so it is a valid route. Then we have here the Tarbes ICAO code and the estimated arrival time, again in GMT. Here we've got our two alternate airports and the estimated en route time for each of those airports. So you can see this one is 9 minutes, this one is 21 minutes, and this one is 15 minutes. Registration of the aircraft is here. And then the rest is primarily data flight and other information that in the simulation environment we don't utilize. Moving down a little bit here, we've got flight, again, Ryanair 522, departing from Stansted and going to Tarbes. And here are the ICAO codes, and then here are the IATA codes. This is today's date, October 19th, 2012, and that's the date of flight. Then right here we have our flight times. So our scheduled departure time is 6:20 a.m. GMT, obviously, and our arrival scheduled time is 0747 GMT, giving us an en route time of 1 hour 27 minutes. Blocks is the left empty. When you're flying, that is your on block, off block time, and your total block time. And this is your flight time, being wheels up, wheels down. Then right here you can fill out captain, first officer, and cabin crew information. Right here we have again the registration of the aircraft. It is a 737-800 with engines and equipment on board. Again, departure ICAO, arrival ICAO, and route of flight, flight level 350. Right here we have space available to put in the departure ATIS and the departure clearance when we receive it. And there's plenty of space here so you can write it in. Next up we have the nav log, and I can't squeeze it all in here, so we'll just look at this first part first. Across the top we have, first one is distance remaining, right here. Second one is fuel remaining. And then this is actual remaining. So as you fly, you can jot down actually how much fuel is remaining versus the estimated fuel remaining. Ground speed. We don't have anything initially just because we're in the climb and it varies depending on weight and winds and route of flight and any ATC restrictions that may be in place. This is WV is wind velocity. So you can see when we cross, for example, Sandy right here, winds are 209 at 87 knots. SH stands for safety height, which is indicated similar to the minimum safe altitude, MSA, or MOCA. And this is a feature that has not yet been implemented, but as you can tell by the placeholder here, it will be shortly. Next, we have the identifier, and this is basically the identifier of every waypoint. So we have Det, Sandy, SFD, Drake, Sitet, etc. Then we have, next column over is the frequency, if applicable. So like a VOR would obviously have a frequency you can tune to. MTK stands for magnetic track, and this is basically the magnetic track you're going to fly between Det and Sandy. So between Det and Sandy, you're probably going to be flying a 158. And then we have distance, and that is in nautical miles between each waypoint. And TM stands for time. So that would be the time between, estimated time in minutes between Det and Sandy is 6 minutes. Estimated time of arrival will be entered by you along with actual time of arrival and flight level, depending on ATC restrictions and how your flight goes. Here you can see down here, it continues and it arrives at Tarbes. Right here you can see that according to the flight plan, we should be landing with about 2,488 kilograms of fuel, which is it's safe. Minimum landing is 2,300, so you can see we've definitely got a safety buffer there, especially with the winds not being in our favor. Then we've got a spot for the arrival ATIS, and then we've got ground distance of 493 nautical miles, and this is according to the route, not a straight line. Then we have our estimated flight time, which is 1 hour 27. Destination airport obviously is Tarbes, with an elevation of 1191 feet. And then the alternate airport is LFBP with an elevation of 1191 as well, and a maximum runway length of 8,202 feet. This does not take into account NOTAMs or unusual closures, so you'll want to double check those. Then you've got space here to enter in METAR, the time, and any meteorological conditions that may have been reviewed during the flight. Right here we've got probably one of the most important pieces, which is our weights. Our planned zero fuel weight is 55,987 kilograms. And according to our flight plan here, our taxi/APU time is 12 minutes with a fixed number of 150 kilograms to be used. Our max takeoff weight is 74,990 kilograms, and our estimated takeoff weight, given all the information we have, is 63,172 kilograms. So as you can see, we are safe. Next up, we have our trip fuel. This is actual fuel estimated to be used during the trip, and this is 4,547 kilograms. Max zero fuel weight is 61,688 kilograms, and our estimated zero fuel weight is 55,987, which, as you can see, is safe as well. Our contingency fuel is 6 minutes, and this is, again, a fixed number set by Ryanair that we've basically just applied to ourselves as well, and that is 238 kilograms, which gives us a max landing weight of 65,317 and an estimated landing weight of 58,625. Right here we have all our company and alternate reserves. Our standard reserve is 30 minutes, which is equivalent to about 1,200 kilograms. Our alternate is also fixed at 1,200 kilograms. It may rise debate as to, well, why not just use, the alternate fuel down here. As you can see, our alternates, we have 3. On the high end is 775 kilograms to go there. So we've kind of just rounded up and added an additional safety buffer. That gives us a flight plan fuel of 2 hours and 27 minutes. which is 7,035 kilograms. Obviously, tank and extra would be any fuel that's in the tank when you get the plane, or any extra fuel added at captain's discretion. And our block fuel is this. Final fuel will be entered once you arrive, and this would be the fuel you've got when you're off block and shut down. Down here we've got our three alternates: LFBO, the ICAO, the IATA code, fuel in kilograms, minutes, and now this is the minutes here is from destination to alternate. So if you change course sooner, this may be shorter or it may be longer, depending on the route. This is again our track. So departing from our destination, heading 174 will get us to our alternate, and it is 71 miles away. This next section we decided to keep in here primarily just for realism's sake. This is all the operations reference numbers. So in case there's any flight disruption, you're to contact operations, and these are all the numbers. We've obviously changed them, and they are all fake, but we've decided to leave them in here for realism purposes. Moving right on down, we've got our ops reference number, RVSM. So we've got our RVSM altimeter performance, and these will all be set by the captain, and as such we can't plug them in. Oh, and here, I'm going to move the whole thing down here. Down at the bottom here, we've got our flight plan. It is passed all clearances, FCIS, and licenses. In part, it has been Eurocontrol validated. Here is where you can enter the captain, first officer, and flight engineer if there is one. This operational flight plan was created on October 19th, 2012 at 1:10 or 13:10. And that is all right. Next down we have waypoint, lat, and long. So basically the coordinates of every waypoint, just to confirm with FMS that everything we've plugged in the correct waypoints. Obviously, there are I can tell you because I looked it up. There are two Sandys, one in Australia and one in Europe. We will probably want to make sure we're using the one in Europe. And then down here, just to close out, this was created by Ryanair Virtual's Flight Operations Beta 0.5, the website, and then end flight plan for Ryanair 522. Stansted to Tarbes Airport. That's it.